Lex Reads. So in today's video, I'm actually going to show you guys how I'm going to organize my October reading for the month. I've done this before in the past. As you guys know, I keep on talking about it over and over again, where I'm trying to get back on my TBR, reading my TBR, and it has been a struggle this whole year. So before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So like I told you guys, I want to organize my reading and it has helped me in the past. It's a new month. October is literally like 2 days away. So it's perfect for me to kind of get a little bit of a jump start. I would say I'm still going to stick to my TBR obviously, but there's one book in October that I did want to read. Now y'all know October, that's what, spooky month and Halloween. I don't do none of that, okay? So my version of scary is like mysteries. Last year, I believe, and I think, is it? Last year, I got into a Harlem Renaissance series I really did love. And the new book came out, the third book in the series came out in July. So I told myself that I was going to wait until October to read that because I believe the last time I read the first book, it was during October and I loved it. But then everything else, I'm going to stick to the TBR. So let me go get those books. Then I'm going to write down the books that I want to read in October. Okay, so where is that Harlem Renaissance book? All right, so here is the series. This is the first book that I read. This is Dead Girls by Nakia Afi. The second book was Harlem Sunset. I love these covers. And the third book is A Lethal Lady. I know right now she is in Paris and she's kind of taking a little I would say sabbatical of her job. So just a summary, this is set in the 1920s in Harlem, and you have a young girl, Louise. She is 20, I think in her mid-20s or something like that. She is a, what would you say? Is she a waitress, or she always be in the speakeasies, okay? She always be in the club. She is a preacher's kid. She has several little sisters, and she's kind of rebelled against her parents. And she also is a lesbian, so during that time that's a no-no. So she kind of has to be careful of her surroundings and things like that. So when she was 15 years old, she got kidnapped. There was a guy kidnapping black girls, and she ended up helping herself and the black girls escape. And then she gets in trouble with some police officers. I think she strikes a police officer or something like that. But there's these black girls that have been missing, end up in the club that she works at, where their bodies are discarded in front of the club. So in order for her not to go to jail or get any more cases against her, the police are you have to help me solve these crimes of these black girls getting kidnapped and dying. So that's basically the gist of the first book and the second book. And like I told you guys before, no shade to the author, but you can easily find out who done it, and within maybe about 20 to 30 pages. Overall, I still do like the stories, and the fact that it's set in the 1920s and it's Harlem Renaissance, you already know that's my favorite time in literature. Love anything from the Harlem Renaissance. So, but yes, I want to read this in October, because again, this is considered scary for me. So that's going to be on the list. And then I have 2 books that I'm still working on that I know I'm not going to finish in the month of September. We literally only have 2 days, and I know I'm not going to finish that. So first, it is Comedy American Style. This is by Jessie Redmond Fawcett. She's also from the Harlem Renaissance. I think I have one more book of hers to finish. I would have read her whole fictional catalog. I'm really excited about this. I'm already on page 46, and it's not that long of a book. It's 327, and this is about passing there in Harlem in the 1920s, I believe. I believe this is still the 1920s, but it's written in 1933. Starts with a young girl. She basically can pass for white. Her mom looks, I think her mom looks brown skin. I think her mom's my color. Clearly she can't pass. And she just does not like that. So when she gets older, she marries a man that also looks like he's passing. And they have, I think, a girl and a young man. A girl and a young boy. But the crazy thing is, the girl looks white. The boy, he looked like my color, okay? And she just can't deal with that. And that's the part where I have stopped at, where I believe the young man, he ends up like living with the grandmother because the mom just, she just, she doesn't give him any attention. She doesn't really care for him. Like, she does a responsible thing, you would say, as like, you know, she clothes him, she feeds him, does that. But like, as for truly loving the young man, no. So far, I really like this. And then lastly is my J. California Cooper book. You guys know she is my author pick for the whole year, where I've been reading her whole fictional catalog. This is a novel by her. She's known for her short stories, but she does have a couple of novels. And The Wake of the Wind, it's during slavery, but it also is during Reconstruction. So the first part, they're on the plantation, and then the part where I am now, they have become free, and now they're going to be, you know, I guess probably going north, because yeah, they went north. The reason why I'm really excited about this is because I have not come across a lot of books where the focus point is slavery, but like the aftermath, usually it's where, okay, there's been Emancipation Proclamation and they're free, and you don't know what else happened to them. They're just like free, but you don't know the aftermath of them, like during the Reconstruction. You guys know during, you know, Reconstruction time, that was a time where blacks thrived because we started businesses. We also were doctors, lawyers, dentists, and we really did thrive during that time. I'm really excited to see how they lived during Reconstruction, time, because again, I have not come across a lot of books that really do focus on that. I think that's one reason why I love The Davenports by Crystal Marcus, which y'all, I'm so excited about the next book. It comes out in November. I'm like, hurry up, October, okay? Because November coming, I'm getting that. But I like that book because it is during the Reconstruction time, and it's not about, you know, blacks, you know, being enslaved. Even though we know that happened, that's important. That's an important subject. Please keep on, you know, pushing those books, because that is a time in history that we should not forget, we can't forget. And I know for me, I'm going to continue to read those books. But I do like the fact that there are other books that just don't focus on that all the time when it does come to blacks during like the, you know, 1900s, late 18 to 1900s. You know, we prospered, and that's one thing I love about The Davenport. So again, really excited to read this book. I am on page 60, so yeah, I gotta get back to it. I've been distracted. So these are the 3 books I'm going to be focusing on in October. I just want to limit myself to this, and if I read more in October, great. If I don't, great. I notice I can't overwhelm myself because I get easily defeated, and it takes the fun out of it. You know what I mean? This is supposed to be fun. This is a hobby of mine. Reading is not supposed to be stressful, especially if you're reading for pleasure. You know what I mean? I already had that time when I was in school where it was stressful. I was trying to read for a grade. I'm done with that. This is for pleasure. So yeah, I don't want to overwhelm myself. I just want to take it a day at a time. And like I said, but one thing I am going to put on myself, if I do read another book, it has to be off that TBR, because I got to get this TBR down. It's actually bothering me. And I realize I don't think, if I do have a TBR next year, it's not going to be crazy amounts of books. It may be about four or five, and then I'm gonna read whatever I want to, you know, the coming year, Lord willing. I just, every time when I want to pick up something, I'm like, girl, you need to pick up something from your TBR, and it's making it kind of not fun, and I'm getting a tiny bit stressful. So yeah, my thing is, I'm like, girl, you know, you don't have to read those books in your TBR. It's not like it's for a grade, but I just keep myself really accountable for it, because I'm like, I made that commitment to myself. Only time I will not finish a book is, you know, if I just can't get down with it. If I start reading it and I'm like, yeah, now it's going to get me in a reading slump, I will DNF it. But again, I just made a commitment to myself, and I want to follow it best as possible. But yeah, but at the same time, it's like, girl, it's not that deep. You just reading some books. Let's go to the whiteboard so I can write these books down. Oh Lord, the last time I used this whiteboard was in July. Okay, and I didn't finish any of these. All right, it's okay. It's not that deep. I also will put this whiteboard down in the description box where I got it from, because this does really help me. Whiteboards, like I told you guys before, if you are trying to organize not just only your reading, but just like in life in general, I tend to like to write things down. I'm old school. I have to write things down. Even at work, you know, I print something off and write on it. So, okay, we're gonna put October reading. Okay. So the first book is comedy. This is called American Style. The second is this book called again. So we're gonna put that down. And then I also have some books that I have been listening to. I told you guys I did a review on Falling for a Rose. That's that Black book series that I am just obsessed with right now, because it kind of gives me that Bridgerton feel where every character has their own book and their own story. And I just finished the first one, and I do think I am going to start that. I'll put that on there, Falling for a Rose. And then lastly, I'm just going to put book club pick. You guys know UNSUNG Black Book Club, they read a book every month, because that's always a priority. No matter what, I always finish my book club pick. So okay, so that is my October reads. And what I'm going to do is every time I finish something, I'm going to check it off. That just works well for me. Now let's kind of organize the TBR cart, because it is looking a little bit kind of wonky. All right, so these are the 3 books that I'm going to put. I'm going to put it like right here, and then kind of clean this up and put these books in order. These are, again, all the TBR. These are this again is the TBR cart, and these are all the books that I have to finish before the year ends. And I think I have 2 more books I need to get by J. Calafria Cooper. I need to order those like ASAP. So yes. And then right here, I just put, these are some new books that I just got for my birthday. And we're just gonna put them right here, because I need to actually organize the shelves again, but that's gonna be for another time. And then let's put this here. This is also, I've told you guys about this series before so many times. I've been reading this series. I think I have, after this, 2 more. It's the Bergman Brother series. I absolutely adore these covers. But I just finished this one. The next one is this one, If Only You. I'm not gonna put it on the I'm not gonna put it on the whiteboard, but if I do finish a book, see here, I just said that, girl, I gotta be a book from the TBR. See how quickly my mind changes? Just wait on that, Lex. Okay, we gotta get this TBR down. You see how quickly, again, I'm like, I want to read something else, trying to steer away from this TBR. That's why, yeah, we gonna only do about 4 or 5 books for 2025. So yeah, guys, that is it when it comes to organizing my reading for October. Again, I really do think this is going to help me. I know it is, because when I did it in the past, I was able to read those books, check them off the list, and it just made me feel more accomplished. And then also I'm excited for October, because I am going to be reading one of my anticipated reads for this year. Also give you guys an update on that book and if I like it and all that. Yeah, guys, again, thank you so much, and I'll be back with more Black books. Bye.